I apologize up front because I said I was going to do a heater core install video. That's not what this is. This is kind of a video of me telling you that I did a heater core install. No, actually, it's somewhat installed, somewhat of the steps. It's definitely not by the book. It's not instructions you need to follow. I mean, I can give you insight as to how to do it if you ever come across this problem in a Camaro. But yeah, this definitely isn't the kind of install video you want to look at while doing the job. My biggest mistake was not getting a repair manual, something like that, to kind of guide me step by step. Me and my friend, we kind of winged it. That's basically what we did. I don't recommend winging it in that type of project. Taking on that type of project, I don't suggest winging it at all. What I can say is that I feel a sense of accomplishment for doing it. I mean, heater core jobs are hard. They're difficult tasks. They're not hard. They're just time-consuming tasks. In this case, it was kind of hard, especially the route we went. You're supposed to remove the windshield. We did not do that. I'll discuss in the video during the process as to what exactly we did. But yeah, here goes nothing. Okay, guys. So we started with the passenger seat. Getting that out of there wasn't too hard. 2 back bolts. Loosen up, man. Is it loosening? It's moving. Alright. Is that it? Can we just... Bro, that whole hot. Yeah, so with a little shuffling around, getting those back 2 bolts out and unplugging the plug that's there in the center, we were able to get the seat out with relative ease. Now enjoy some sped up footage of us essentially accomplishing not much but a little bit of disassembly.
Righty K. Damn, son.
Okay, so right here, essentially, we got the dash out uh, through very rigorous effort, but we finally got it out. But there was the big monster right there, that tie bar, which is basically like a big metal frame that's attached to the actual body of the car. And to get that out, there are two bolts at the top, um, at the very top, and as you unscrew them, they hit the windshield, so you can't fully get these things out. So, of course, it's not in the video. Um, the amount of trouble we went through to get this thing out, but I'll show pictures on the screen. But basically, what we had to do was went to Harbor Freight, bought a Dremel and some cutting blades, and basically the two giant bolts. One's behind the steering wheel, and one's like behind the passenger airbag. And I went in on the one behind the steering wheel and just saw that for a very long time, at least 40 minutes, because we didn't. The German wasn't that strong. They're from Harbor Freight. You know, they got decent tools, but they're not the strongest. And I just went at it, you know, for about 40 minutes straight. It was, you know, the smell was very strong, and I got like halfway through it. And at that point, all my blades had kind of dulled out. The Dremel was malfunctioning. It was extremely hot, so we just took a hammer to it and was able to knock the rest of the bolt out. And from there, I was able to get the bolt out enough to where I could kind of pry it out, got it out. So on the passenger side, we ended up having to unscrew the bolt as far as we possibly could. And from there, we pressed down on the frame to release it so that it could be free from the bolt. And from there, we were able to get that whole tie bar out. We didn't pull it out because there was so much wiring harness over it, but we didn't fully get it out. But we got it moved to the point where we could get to the high vac box. I think that's how you say it, the HVAC, whatever. It's got the part that kind of looks just like the heater core, but it's what contains the Freon, buoy, and then the heater core. Got that out, got the high vac box out at that point, and that was a monster in itself, getting that open. The actual bolts that were in there were plastic bolts, and they were a part of the box itself, so we had to drill holes into it to open it up and get to the heater core. Had to go under the hood, disconnect the heater hoses as expected, and then from there reassembly, and we did that turbo. And so there you see, we got pretty far as footage goes. The reason there's no more footage, I took my car over to my friend's house. My car was over there. We started on a Thursday. I wasn't able to get the car home until Monday, I want to say. We put everything back together, and it didn't work. The reason why, it wasn't because the heater core job went south. It was because we didn't plug everything back up, to my knowledge, what the dealership told me. We did disconnect the battery, but a ground or something, or plug wasn't fully plugged in when we reattached the battery and everything else. Anyway, it ended up blowing some fuses, which I had to take to the dealership for them to diagnose and figure that out, which didn't take long. It took them a few days to narrow it down and figure out that it was just a connector that wasn't plugged in fully that caused us the problem. Keep in mind, this was a hell of a job. This was a lot, and I mean, I'm pretty proud of what we did. We're engineering students right now, so this was something we thought we could take on it, and we did. You know, unfortunately, and electrical mishap at the end caused the job not to be 100% successful, but I got it to the dealer figured it out, and they fixed the problem for me, and I was driving my car and I had heat. I apologize for taking a long time in releasing this video. The job was done back in January, the beginning of January, to be honest. And I told you guys I was gonna have a video, and it's March, and we did it right before school started. School came in, a little hectic, a little bit more than I was expecting. And so it's spring break, it's the end of spring break, and I'm just now releasing the video. So yeah, that kind of tells you. I'm gonna try not to wait till summer break to release another video. I'm pretty positive it'll be before then. You know, as far as the Camaro, I'm not gonna go into the bike or the 300ZX in this video because that's not this video. But as far as the Camaro goes, other mods that I have done since the heater core, a couple weeks ago I did ZL1 springs on it. I'm not gonna be doing a video on that. Spring install is pretty simple. Someone has that video up already. I think Fast Tech or someone has a video doing the spring install. So I did ZL1 spring installs. Not a huge drop difference. I mean, there's a drop difference. There's definitely a difference, but parking up beside my buddy ZL1, yeah, I'm still not that low. And it's because his tires don't have as much wall as I have. I think once I get a different set of rims and drop the tire wall just a tad bit, I should sit pretty similar to how the ZL1 sit. I did that on my own. Took me longer than it should have because I didn't have any power tools. In the next video for this car that will be coming out, the MyLink system. I lucked up and got this locally. You know, I didn't have to go and order this. No, I've been wanting to do the MyLink swap over for quite some time, but it's kind of expensive. It's more than $1,000 to the whole kit. I end up getting this radio, the face, the brain, as well as the backup cam, and I got a pair of the gauges, the 4-pack gauges that go by the shifter. So if anybody wants 4-pack gauges put in your V6, I think it has the volts, transmission temp, and two other things. All you need is the gauges and an extra harness is like 40 or 50 bucks on eBay. So if anyone's interested, I got an extra pair I don't need. But anyway, I ended up getting this radio for 400 bucks. All that together, backup camera, radio, the brain for 400 bucks. But I'll be doing a video on that install for the MyLink system. I'm extremely excited because I've always wanted this, despite the look on my face right now. So, like the video, and comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you watch the videos, subscribe, support me, help me out, subscribe. Let other people come watch this stuff. Oh, and another important thing, my buddy, he has a V6 Camaro, just like mine. It's a 2012 though. V6 got the LFX engine in it. Anyway, the engine failed, so he just bought an L99. It's the SS motor out of an automatic. He's gonna be putting that in there, so I'm gonna be going over there and get the footage. You know, so if you guys are V6s on a, you know, or you know, if you ever think about going V8, you know, hopefully he's gonna prove that it's possible. It's easy, and I'm gonna try to film some of that. This radio actually came out of that same car, so he parted out and got the motor. I got the radio. So stay tuned for that, guys. Catch up with you later.